Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning and welcome to the show. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and the company up there in Southport taking care of our air conditioning needs. We're looking at a high today of 80. This is funny, 82 to 83 and low about 74. The next 4 days are like that, temperature-wise. Look at the same thing. Of course, the big thing, watch out for the rain. We're about 70% today and the rest of the week, next 3 or 4 days. And of course, I know you know what's going on, but just be careful out there on those roads. Our water temperature is 84.9, so let's round it off to 85. Our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors with Mountain Dew. We're looking at Apalachicola Bluntstown of 7.3, and it's pretty level. It's sort of uneventful as far as Apalachicola, and almost the same on the Choctawhatchee at Caryville at a 6.2. Now we know the Choctawhatchee is going to shoot up pretty quick, and I'm thinking Apalachicola should also be getting up pretty soon. But the next day or two, it's pretty calm level. But this weekend, I'm going to tell you now, it's Wednesday, but it don't look like a good weekend on the rivers. But the ponds are going to be good. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Now, speaking of something good, the tide chart looking good here. We're looking at a high tide at 4:21 this morning. It is coming in all day to about 4:39. Today's Wednesday, September 15th, and it's going to be good strong tides all week long, the rest of the week. So that's a good sign right there. We're looking at our wind east-southeast about 10. It's not super strong, but it's going to be coming east and southeast, and tomorrow will be more out of the south and the east, and sort of, as that comes through. So it circles back to us, so y'all understand what's going on. So sort of just be careful on outdoors. Also, I just put a call in the sea quarters before the show, checking on what's going on up there or down there. And he said one word, terrible. It's just the fishing's been terrible because it has so much water coming into the bay. I said we've got the same problem up here. I know Choctawhatchee Bay, same way. We just got a lot of rainwater coming in, but it could make a difference as far as the clarity of it. And what I'm talking about, I want to go ahead and thank Bill Allen and Greg Brudnicki for covering the show while Gail and I were up in Tennessee visiting the family. I appreciate them doing it. Don't believe everything they said now, but they're so dependable to count on them and go all the way out to Studio B, and appreciate Jeff getting out there, getting everything put together. So that's a comfortable feeling, though, that we can make a little trip and the show's going to keep on keeping on. So, and those two guys, they won't say much about themselves, but they flat sure can fish. I enjoy listening to their stories, and we did have a grand time on that trip, as you know. So let's go and take our break. We'll be right back. Okay, well, welcome back. Let's take a look. We've got all kind of pictures of all kind of different things going on here in the Florida Panhandle and other places too. So let's start off with just a kid fishing. Megan Wall, one of my former students, got a son this big now, and he's out there fishing up in the bow of the boat. Just look at a big old smile on his face. That just speaks volumes. And I'm sure he caught a big fish. But anyway, a good picture of Megan and her dad, Sean Wall. All right, let's jump into the James Strickland III, 7 pounds, 12 ounces. We'll round it off to an 8-pounder. Look at that big old smile on James' face. And you look where he caught him. Up in those sandhill ponds. Okay, you got it vertical here, horizontal here, vertical there. So that is a fine bass. Look at that dark color. That's like Greg and Bill were talking about yesterday, a lot of this rain and dark water. They're going to reflect the water that they're in. All right, hunting season coming up, so I'm going to jump back to this do-it-yourself Facebook page that I just crack up sometimes looking at these deer. This is across America, not just here, mainly though here in the South. But anyway, here's some do-it-yourself deer stands, and you can see I got open up in the back window and then put the ladder on the front window. Here's a big deal on tree stands now, the price of lumber. So everybody sort of getting used lumber, especially for a tree stand. But this is I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere in the South. And now I go from one extreme to the other. Houston, we're ready for takeoff. Can you believe this guy's got this much money in that? You got you got to jack your remote control. My question was, what if the battery went dead and you up there? What are you going to do? But that's a high dollar tree stand right there. High dollar. Okay. Apparently, not everyone wants a free quote on auto insurance. And you can see what he's got in his mouth there. All right. Chad Cross sent this in to Panama City Fishing. I'm hoping this is not a local, but I couldn't see the tag. I got your little jet ski on the left, but he forgot and left his motorcycle on the same trailer. So that doesn't look like a good situation. Hopefully he's in fresh water, but I zoomed in and it looks like some shells up there. I think he's in salt water. It just looks like it's salt water to me. But anyway, you sometimes marvel at people's actions. This is the tournament we've been talking about. I have Michael Harris and his outfit on the show. This is going to be this coming Saturday at Sunjammers right there on Beck Avenue, and it's going to be a good time. The registration is from 3 to 6 this Friday. Run by there. Weigh-in is from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Okay, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That's a good day of fishing, and the weather looks like it's going to be okay. The rain should be out of here by then. Our buddy Randy Beavis, going up there in Georgia, got a great start to the new season with my first ever velvet buck in Georgia. And that is a nice buck. Randy's going to get that mounted in velvet. You just don't do that very often. It's early season up there. So next time you go by JR's barbecue, tell Randy you saw him on TV and tell him that buck looked better than he did. Just kidding, Randy. All right. Brock Meyer, we've had Brock on the show, and you know pretty well because he's been here a couple of times. I took my little brother Cade with his first redfish. Have a great day, buddy. And then also he got a 31-inch trout and 29-inch red caught off the beach last Saturday on pink and silver Heddon Zara spook. Okay, I got the pictures here, so I got them blown up here. Okay, is that some nice fish? Look at this. Now that Heddon Zara spook, is a fine. Look at that. You know he's excited. And that's a 31-inch trout and all. So good job, Brock Meyer. Brock hits it daily. Then he sent me this. Me and a friend had a good day at the Hathaway Bridge off our kayaks. And that is an excellent place to fish and go just paddle out there with a kayak on a good day or a good night. I'd rather go at night. But anyway, that's some good. Here it is blowing up right there. It's a mangrove snapper. That's some really good eating right there. Really good eating. And they're not hard. They're not all that super hard to catch right there. So anyway, thank you, Brock Meyer, for sending all those with us, and appreciate those pictures. And, all right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to share something with you from our trip, and I think you're going to appreciate it. This is we go up there, try to catch some of Mason's football games. He's a junior at Grace Christian Academy, and Ashley graduated from there last year. So it's about an 8.5-hour drive, but it's worth it to spend some time with family, get to see Whitney and Walter and all that. But anyway, we go to the football game, and this is a home game, and I've been around. I'm always talking about Friday Night Lights, how exciting it is, and it goes back to I think I told you when I was a kid, I could actually see the lights from our house when I'd be on the front porch looking, and we were too young to go to the ball game, but we could hear the announcer and you could hear the crowd, and we could hear the band, and it just, as a kid, I mean, I was a little bigger than that, but it always made an impression. And of course, they made movies Friday Night Lights, and I knew exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, then I've coached all these years in high school, and my son played and all that. So Friday Night Lights are still, and I got nephews playing and all kind of stuff. So anyway, I saw something over this past Friday night I'd never seen. I wanted to share it with you. So here it is before the game. This is a small school, about the size of Sneads or Liberty County, and it's so anyway, I'm looking around, and Wendy's, some of the moms just start getting, before the game, they just start leaving the stands, and they're going down. So what happened, the moms gather together down in the corner of the field and talk a few minutes. We're in the top left there. These are the football players' moms, and what they do, they talk a little bit, and then folks, they pray. They pray before the game, and I went down there, I just want to share some of these pictures with you. I was just so impressed that they would get together and pray. It was a long prayer, and they prayed, I asked Wendy what they pray for, y'all pray to win? She said, no, Dad. We pray for the safety of all the players, not just our sons, all the players. But it's just, I wanted to share that with you on a part of Friday Night Lights that we don't get to see a lot of. So my hat's off to those moms, and they were sincere. So praying before the game, seeing those moms do that meant a lot to me. And I wanted to share it with you because I know you would appreciate it too. Now the other thing, we didn't get, the other day, let's jump back in the outdoor stuff. We didn't get to talk about the top 10 books. Remember I showed you the Woods and Water top 10 books from last year. We went through the first 5 and we ran out of time. I think it was last Friday. We just ran out of time. So I want to show you number 6 through 10 and the stories behind them. And again, I love the story. So let me see if I don't get caught up. The number, let me see now. No, the number 4 come out of this county. This is number 5. So this is number 6 right here. And folks, this is a Bay County book. Okay. So what happens here? Okay, he shot it. I'm gonna zoom into the writing. I had a brand new Matthews bow. First time he hunted with it. And he's talking about. Okay, so anyway, we talks about the weather right before dark, but he catches that buck coming in just at the right time. And this is again Bay County, and it scored 143 points. But check this out. Let's see. All right, Dylan Barnes. I want to give credit to Dylan Barnes. So, but here's the sad part. I'm gonna read right here. I have him bow. Okay, he had the horns cut off while then he put it back on him. The one day I didn't lock my truck, and my truck got broken into that one night. Somebody stole the brand new bow that I killed the deer with, but they didn't take my horn. So anyway, that night he had his bow stolen. Dylan Barnes, Bay County, that's number 6. Number 7 over in Putnam County, that's around Ocala. I wondered, if he came out of Ocala National Forest, but this is one of a good story here. He weighed in, number 7 buck right there, Derek. Okay, number 8 buck. Now this is interesting. This is Leon County, but let me go back to right here. This right here, the picture on the cover, this is this guy's dad. So the father and the son both got a huge buck out of Leon County. So the son's registered like number 8 right here. That's Owen, scored 142 points. Well, what a great story to you imagine the deer meat they had this past spring and summer, probably some left over. But I'm guessing that's got to be the same bloodline where the buck's that big. It's good genetics right there. And coming in from Gilchrist County, another small county, this is Randy Ransom from Gilchrist County. That's a big buck. That's number 9. And check out number 10, another Bay County buck. So Leon County had 2, Bay County had 2. That's half of the bucks. Now here's a great story on this. Bo Bodges in Bay County. Okay, this is one day. The next day, his girlfriend, Sydney McDaniel, bagged their personal, she got her personal best. Within 24 hours, they got the same, here it is right here. He was sitting in 15 miles per hour wind in February. 11 point pound, okay, shot it, and then their day was made when Sydney got a 128 11-point stud. So anyway, the same bucks, the same couple. He got one day, and she got one the next day. So good job on those top 10 bucks. And like I say, I love listening to or reading stories and sharing the stories with you, because at the time I try to graph the times. Some bucks were taken in November. The bow bucks were taken in October. Some right after Christmas, and then about 4 of them were taken. About 40% of them were taken in January when the rut was on up here. But remember, there was the South Florida bucks. They were in rut in November, so I don't know exactly the time of day they were taken and all. But most of them right there at dark. I think I counted 3 of them were taken like in the middle of the day, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, where the storm had come through and it cleared up. So all those little things of nature we talk about and how it affects the buck hunting, and it is so true. So now the challenge is to you this year for you to make the top 10. If 2 of them Bay County, also Jackson County, 2 in Leon County, if they can do it, you can do it next year also. So I'm looking forward to having it in there. And also, I've got a story coming up talking about a fascinating situation. I'm gonna get them to come on the show, and let me see if I find their picture here. Well, I got a call, then I saw it posted. Let's see. Let me go ahead and find. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, Casey Halls and her husband Thomas Halls. Now, Casey is Casey Basford, Travis's sister, Mayor Thomas Halls, and they both love the outdoors. But I want to just to give you an idea of what's going on. I want to read what Casey said. Right here. She grew up here. Of course, the family's from Jackson County. Okay, her dad's a district attorney. I grew up rifle hunting as a kid and learned at a very young age the importance of honoring and harvesting a deer that is one of the most organic meats on this earth. The adrenaline rush with taking a mature white-tailed deer with your bow is indescribable. So she thanks her husband and all. And folks, this is up in Kentucky. She got a 16-pointer. Can you believe that? A 16-pointer. And I'm going to get them on the show because the next day, Thomas, he gets a 20-pointer. Hey, thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to harvest this beautiful free-range whitetail this morning. And so anyway, I got all kind of pictures. I'm going to tell you more of this story. I want to share the story with you because she got a 16, he got a 20. But there's a place, and I've known Thomas, well, he went to Mosley, and I got to visit with him a lot over the past, before her hurricane, we'd see a lot of each other. And he was telling me, because we were sharing hunting stories, and there's a place in Kentucky that he's had a lease and a little bit of property there. He leases from some farmers. He's been going to it for years, but he doesn't just go up there and hunt. He goes up there and plants and put the cameras on, and he's telling me story after story. But his preparation and getting ready for hunting season is second to none. He spends a lot of quality time, and he and Casey and got a little cabin they can stay in. It's a great story of hunting. It's up there in Kentucky, but it's right north of the Tennessee line, right north of Clarksville, Tennessee, where the Army base is and all. So it's a great situation. So I'm going to try to get them to come on the show and share their story of his and her buck. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Let's take a look at a fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 7:10 to 9:10 this morning and 7:40 to 9:40 this afternoon. I do want to mention right here the Redfish Summit. I mentioned they had a sort of statewide one the other day. I say the other day, about 2 weeks ago. We couldn't get to it, and I think they decided now to take the Redfish Summit across the state. And I was looking up, they just sent me a message, and I was looking up the times when they're going to have Redfish Summit here. And it's interesting because, here we go, right here. So October, Panama City, bottom of the page right there, October the 18th, the Panama City at Gulf Coast State College. Be 3 that night. I looked at this schedule, and obviously they have 3 teams, one in North Florida, one in Central Florida, and one sort of on the West Coast or East Coast. But October 14th, for you folks up there closer to Tallahassee, it will be at the Bryant Building. And then the one here in this area, in our rest of our viewing area, will be at Gulf Coast State College. All these times are around 3. All 3 will be at 6 o'clock local time. And what it is a redfish workshop. They want your input on the future management of the redfish fishery. So they're going to do it in person and also virtual workshop. Okay, so you can share your input on what you think about it. Okay, so touch base on that. And another thing, I wanted to, got a disappointing email yesterday from the COPA, the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. That's something we've shared with you since we've been doing the show. It's just wonderful conferences. Well, they just notified us they've canceled this year's Southeastern Outdoor Press Association, our big conference we have, which is about a 4-day conference. It was canceled last year because of COVID, and they held on to it as long as they could, and they touched base with it. We're all just hoping we could get up there. and they just canceled it. So it's going to be it was going to be in West Virginia, and I was really looking forward to going to West Virginia because I've driven through it real fast, and I've never spent any quality time in West Virginia, and I was really looking forward to it. Gail and I, that's sort of a little mini vacation for us, and get to be around so many good outdoorsmen. And so anyway, that's just I told her I'd just give us another weekend to fish maybe down here. So, but anyway, that was canceled. But when I read it, I had to flash back to some of the good ones we had, and there's a couple there that Gail and I just really just became instant friends with them way back, and would at all our gatherings when we had a meal, would sit with them. And it was Wade Moore and his wife, and Wade passed away all of a sudden. But Wade and I always talked about Wade Moore. I'm gonna show you a picture of Wade. Let's see. Wade was one of these guys. Here's a picture of him right here. He was a Ducks. Okay, he passed away several years back, and he was a voice for Ducks Unlimited. All the shows and everything. Wade Bourne was the voice for them, and he was just a consummate outdoorsman. Born and raised in Clarksville, Tennessee, and Wynn and Walter lived up there close to there one time, and little Mason went to school there when he was little. So we went. I got to know him, and he and I just want to pass this on to you. He and I talked every year we got together. You got to come go duck hunting with me. I said, can you imagine going duck hunting with Wade Bourne? He's done so many videos and articles, and he was so well respected and so well known. And he died in Christmas of 2016. The week before Christmas, he was out cutting a Christmas tree and had a heart attack and passed. It was just heartbreaking to the family. And I'm going to talk more about Wade Bourne and some different things, contributions he made to the outdoor world. But my point being to you that, we made all these great plans, and we got to do this, we got to do that. And then if you don't do it, sometimes things like this happen. And I'm preaching to myself as much as anybody. So when you get a chance to go on that special trip or go see the family or go see somebody, folks, don't wait. We have no promises of a tomorrow. So when I got that email yesterday from Siopa, I thought about Wade and his wife, and we just didn't get to go through with it. But they did some good stuff on Wade's behalf later on after he passed away. We're going to share this with you maybe tomorrow. So okay, so we've got to wrap it up for today. Y'all do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.